it's okay to be spiritual. You don't need to be religious, put crystals under the moon, or meditate for hours. You just need to be open to the possibility there's something bigger than you.
Then it's shown to you in a song, a feeling, a sign. That's when life becomes magical. And then you discover that it really is okay to be spiritual. This podcast is for entertainment purposes only. Views expressed are those of the hosts and guests' personal experiences. The information provided is not a substitute for professional advice, whether medical, legal, or otherwise.
Welcome back to another episode of It's Okay to be Spiritual. I'm Laurie, and this is Helen over here, shuffling away. Just wanted to let everyone know we do have our free meditation on our website. If you're new to this podcast, It's Okay to be Spiritual. Helen has recorded a beautiful energy clearing, grounding meditation for you. So that's available at itsokaytoBeSpiritual.com. And as part of our episodes, we pull a card from our handmade deck. And Helen has pulled the card for us today.
You'll never believe the topic.
What?
Meditation.
I love this, right? Last episode, I was wearing my tarot dress. We pulled a tarot card. I just mentioned meditation. We get a meditation card.
Oh, there's two cards here.
We have two. We'll do the top one first.
What's your favourite way to meditate? Do you have a ritual, set time, or location? Or any other kind of rules?
That's so great. I love that this has popped up. What about you? How do you meditate, Helen?
Seriously, I was going to ask you first. I definitely don't like rules if you haven't already got the gist. I don't have a set time. I don't have a set location. In fact, actually, the best advice I ever got about meditation was from Eckhart Tolle, one of his recordings. Not directly, unfortunately.
Mm-hmm.
And I clearly remember it was really early in my spiritual journey, and I used to listen to his CDs back in the time.
Ooh, now we know the age.
On the way to work and the way home, and it was a half-hour drive.
Yeah.
So I'd have half an hour with Eckhart on the way to work to set me up for a good day, and half an hour on the way home to like wind me down so that I didn't bring work home with me. And he talked about if you that meditation is cumulative. So if you manage like 30 seconds or 2 minutes here and a minute there and 30 seconds there and 3 minutes there and 10 minutes there, you've done 15 minutes for the day.
Oh, I've not heard that before.
I'm sure many people would argue, but I was like,
I would agree.
It just opened the door to meditation for me.
Mm-hmm.
And suddenly I was like, okay, I can do that.
Yeah.
And so his point was, meditate when you're waiting in the line at the shopping centre,
Mm-hmm.
or Woolworths or whatever for us.
Yeah.
Meditate when you're at the red lights. Just don't close your eyes when you're driving. But meditation's all about centering your energy, right? So get centered at any opportunity you can.
I love that. I had not heard that before, but I completely agree. And I think the thing is we get so caught up in meditation has to be, like in a quiet room with a
lotus position.
Oh yeah, or like something covering our eyes, find a quiet spot. And sometimes we can't find that. So we just don't do it, or we don't have time, if you're very busy. Or I try and meditate before I go to bed every night, because that's possibly the only time I actually stop moving and can sit down and lay down. And I'm a lying down meditator. I can't sit up.
Nothing wrong with that either.
No, but I can't do it. I don't know why, but I am definitely a physical feeling of the thing under my body from back of my head to sole of my feet. For some reason, I don't know, but I cannot sit up and meditate.
I actually discovered that my father meditates every day.
Oh.
The last person in the world, you'd think. But for him, it's an afternoon nap after lunch. And when I was a kid, he could lie down. He would always lie down on the floor, not ever a bed. Now that he's much older, he lies down on a bed, but always the floor. And he would lie down, and from the moment he lied down to the moment he got up, it was always 15 minutes. And the reason I know it's meditation is because the time, like, it was consistent, And I don't think he ever dropped into a sleep. It was into a meditative state. Like someone could probably say which brainwave state. I don't get into that stuff.
Yes.
But he could just, and it just renewed him. And that's the other reason I know it's meditation, because he came out renewed.
I love that. So a meditation that I do that you can find them anywhere. It's Yoga Nidra. So I was introduced to this on a retreat I went on down the Gold Coast hinterland, and it effectively just switches off the thinking brain. And I will give this to anyone and everyone that sees me, because it's 15 minutes, doesn't take very long, and you don't have to not think about anything. You don't have to observe your thoughts. You don't have to do any of the stuff that sometimes comes with meditations, that a bit of resistance to meditate, thinking you have to be able to do that. It literally just works through systematically going through parts of your body and you thinking about those, and it does the cross-lateral brain crossover.
Oh, that meditation. So if you saw the blank look on my face, it's like, I've done heaps of yoga meditations. Which one's the...
Yeah, so it's a brain meditation. So there's no physical movement. You're lying very still. It's literally brain yoga.
So relaxing, that one.
And it switches you from left to right. And by the time I go down my body and come back up, I'm out. I don't even know what's going on. And that was how I would get into a space before I would try and connect in psychically to connect with my guides or to receive messages. So I would do Yoga Nidra and then connect in. But the caveat I always do with meditations is I set an intent in a space.
That's nice.
So I ask for my guides to protect my body and I clear it before I meditate, energy clearing meditation. So I clear it and then I just put myself in a little soft bubble and ask to be protected, because when you're going into a meditative state, you are relaxing your brain. And if you do have some type of psychic abilities or abilities to tap into something higher, you're leaving an open channel for that. So I always ensure that when I meditate that channel is safe and protected, and I'm only asking for my highest good, and any messages I receive are for my highest good when I meditate.
Well, another, along those lines is to just join with your spirit guides of the highest love and light in meditation.
What, they're all sitting around meditating and you're like, hey guys, I'm here to meditate with you.
Well, they're all sitting around going, when's she going to ask? When's she going to do something that connects us in? Oh, she did.
Yeah.
We're here. Yeah. I had another thought. Now I've just forgotten it. Oh, the alternate nostril breathing in yoga. I don't know.
Oh, yes.
Where you do put your fingers here and breathe alternate. That is so calming.
Yes, that's another good one. So when we say...
Oh, no one on audio, no one who can't see the video knows anything about what I just said.
Well, Google alternate nostril breathing, which is effectively what Helen was doing. So covering one side of her nose. But that's another cross-brain switching off the thinking brain. So meditation can be something like that, or you can meditate with a guided track where you go into a space, a forest. I use meditations to get into Akashic records, which we've spoken about. You can do guided meditations to meet your guides.
Actually, I think some of the meditations I used way back when was the beach one, where the water comes up, you're lying on the beach, it's warm and sunny, the water comes up and washes over you and washes your problems away. I mean, it can be anything. But the point isn't the point to just get out of the monkey mind and rejoin your true state of being.
Agree. And whenever you can, don't be too strict about having to do it at a certain time every day. Or
you make a burden of it then.
Yeah, I'm going to meditate for Monday and Thursday, and then when you don't get there, you get really disappointed. Don't put the pressure on you. This is supposed to be when you can fit it in. Your guides know you're busy. If you can only fit in 5 minutes while you're standing behind someone in the checkout at Woolies that day, then that's all you can do, and that's great. The next day you might get a little bit more time.
Actually, one of the really wonderful things I learnt through heart math was, the heart math techniques, but because they can be done with your eyes open. So we don't have to assume that you can only meditate with your eyes closed. It's just not true.
Yes.
You can connect in with your eyes open. So...
Can you tell me more about this? Because I always close my eyes in everything I do because I feel like when you shut that down. But how are you meditating with your eyes open?
Now I go to my heart space and then I connect into broader perspective. So it's just where your attention is. You know, the 5 physical senses are so overwhelming that we let them crowd out our connection. But if we can have our eyes open and still feel our connection, job done.
So you're just standing there by just feeling into your heart and the feelings that you feel and looking around and...
Yeah, tuning into the energy.
Interesting.
The energy of source, not any old energy.
Yeah, right.
Because everything's from source. Source feels all the... You know, another nice thing Eckhart Tolle said was notice the spaces in between. In between words, in between moments. What he was essentially saying is that source fills every gap. Where we think that there's nothing is source, energy.
This is a perspective I haven't thought of before.
So just tune into source.
Yeah.
It's everywhere where you think there's nothing.
Yeah. I mean, I'm too busy looking for angel numbers and signs, to be honest. I might take 5 minutes and just not do that for 5 minutes and see what happens.
So I think that's enough to answer the question. They're our favourite ways to meditate.
And some food for thought.
Yeah. So until next time, try our meditation on our website at www.itsokaytoBespiritual.com. Keep tuning in and tell someone about the podcast.
We'll talk to you soon.
Bye for now.